helping us making this kind of this program.
On behalf of the organizing committee and the Fijian government, on behalf of our acting Prime Minister, please allow me to thank you very much for being here in such large numbers to be part of this historic celebration. And of course, for me, it is indeed an honor for me to be here with you for the second time at these premises and with the Navua community. We are all aware the purpose behind the celebrations. The MC has briefly highlighted what this celebration is all about. Tonight we are celebrating the lives of our descendants, the lives of our Girmitias who arrived in Fiji in the last ship, Sutlej 5, that came to Fiji during the indenture time. We have with us close links to those ships and the descendants of those Girmitias that came on the last ship, and this evening we are also going to honor them and their families for the contribution for their part in developing the Fijian economy. For most of us, when we hear the word Girmitias, we think about history, we go back. What exactly was Girmit? This morning the High Commissioner of India to Fiji explained to us. Girmitias came from the word agreement. An agreement was a contract that these people signed in India with the agents to come to Fiji. And these stories have been told many and many times about how they came to Fiji, why they came to Fiji, and what they went through in Fiji. And all of us have some links to those Girmitias that came to Fiji during that time. We are also told about the hardships that they faced, the struggles that they went through, the oppression that they went through. But at the end of the day, all they did, the fruits of their hard labor, we are rewarded with that today. The story of Sutlej 5 goes back and marks the end of 100 years of bringing transportation of indentured laborers from British India to Fiji 100 years ago. And what these indentured laborers have left behind for us, ladies and gentlemen, we can see for us today. They left behind us. They left behind those that went back, but those that stayed back, they are the very reasons why we are here. If they had decided to go back, then probably we wouldn't be here. And I'm so proud that my forefathers decided to stay back. And I'm proud to be part of the Fiji that we have today. The legacy of those indentured laborers, ladies and gentlemen, can be seen throughout Fiji today. It is not only the lives of their descendants, but the determination that the Girmitias had. The spirit of perseverance, the spirit of resilience that the Girmitias has, that is a source of inspiration for all of us here in Fiji, for every Fijian. That legacy probably has made Fiji a very proud nation today. And regardless of what they went through, regardless of the living condition that they went through, the work that they did, the punishment that they suffered if they failed to complete their task, their struggle needs to be celebrated, and that's why we are here today. For your information, ladies and gentlemen, when the indenture system started in 1879 and ended in 1916, 42 ships arrived in Fiji, bringing in shiploads of our indentured laborers, and a total of 80 voyages was made carrying British Indian indentured laborers to Fiji. For those of you who are not aware, especially for our little children, they were promised something and they were given something else. History tells us that. They were told, Fiji is just close by. Fiji is a place, is a heaven. But when they came to Fiji, they experienced hell. They were not treated the way humans were supposed to be treated. They were beaten up badly. Their living conditions were very bad. But whatever they went through during those days, they probably made lives better for us and better for the country. And for that, we all need to be very proud. And we should never forget the contribution that our Girmitias have for this country. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, you might be asking the question, why did they not go back? If there was an agreement, if there was a contract, why did they not go back? Some of them could not afford to go back. Because what they were paid was very, very little. Many a times they were not even paid because they could not fulfill the task. So that prompted some of them, or many of them, to stay back in Fiji. And like I said, we are here because they decided to stay back. That's technology. We will go with that. So why did they come to Fiji, ladies and gentlemen? They came to work on the sugarcane plantations. Apart from working on the sugarcane plantation, they built roads, they cleared land, and they made farms. And at that time, I'm sure, if you go back 100 years, you would not have the technology that we have today. You had to clear land. They had to clear land with their hands, with the very basic tools that they were given. They had to work long hours because there was a task system. You would not be paid if you did not finish your task. Okay? So these are some of the things we have to appreciate. They sweated. Okay? Many of them lost their lives while they were here. Many of them were separated from their families because they could not go back. In Nabua, if you look at Nabua, let's see what they did in Nabua. The second sugar mill was established in Nassori, okay? And many people don't realize that the second sugar mill in Fiji after Nassori was established in Nabua. So we must be very proud that our ancestors also worked here and helped in the development of your town as well. In 1903, they built the first school under the direction of Sadhu Bashis Muni. The first temple, the Shiv Mandir, they organized the first Ramayan Mandali and held the first Ram Leela celebrations in Nabua. Wow, Nabua is something to celebrate. The first Muslim festival, Tazia, was also held in Nabua around the same time. The Girmitis built the Naitoni jetty and also worked on the Lumeri Parish Church and later the Lumeri Primary School. So there is no question of their contribution to your township, and I'm sure we all are very proud of that and very grateful for what they did for your township. In villages, towns and cities all across Fiji, we can still see the stories. We still see people telling stories about Girmitis, and it's very important that our children also learn the stories. Our children are also told these stories. If we do not tell them, this is one legacy that we will lose. And we need to keep talking about this, not only today, but we need to remind ourselves every day about the contributions that our Girmitis have done for our country and the impact it has had. So, ladies and gentlemen, this evening or this celebration is all about celebrating their lives, respecting and paying tribute to what they did for us, what they went, and how they built this country for us. Their commitment, their dedication, their struggles, their sweat, and their blood. We should always remember that. But how do we remember that? That's another question. Are we going to remember them through celebrations such as this tonight and forget them tomorrow? No. We need to live in their memories. We need to have them in our hearts. We need to think about them and of course cherish their memories. And we also need to find out where our links are. I think that's very important. Where did we come from? Where did our great-great-grandparents come from? Have we stopped to think about it? Maybe we need to know which part of India our ancestors came from, which ship they came from. Whether it was our maternal grandmother, whether it was the paternal from the father's side. So it's very important for us to understand that and go back. There are records in our archives. If you ask for records, if you have names of some of the people that you know from your families, get to know it, get information out. Tell your children, your great-great-grandparent was from this part of India. Tell them this story. Because he or she decided not to go back, your parents are here and you are here and our children will continue to be here because this is our home. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Do we agree Fiji is our home? Very much. So we need to know where our history takes us. That's very important. A lot of books have been written, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of books have been written in Hindi, in English about the Gurmit days. But have we ever found time to read it? Books are launched. Authors spend a lot of time, resources, a lot of research, writing books about these Gurmit days. So we need to read it ourselves. We need to encourage our children to read it as well. Otherwise, this will be a forgotten part of our history. The next important thing, as you look around, what you wear, what you eat, the way you live, where does that come from? It has come from our past. So we need to value that as well. The culture and the traditions, we need to value that. Okay? And while we do that, we need to respect and pay tribute to all those Gurmitis that came to Fiji. Not only today, like I said, but in our daily lives. Actually, we should never forget them. We should never forget this part of our history, because this is one of those historical moments for Fiji. And for us, the Gurmitis hold that part of history. So what happens after that? Those that decided to stay back, learn from our Itoke friends, and they started businesses, they started families, and they made Fiji a home. But despite all that, it was not until 2013 that under the 2013 Constitution, we as descendants of those indentured laborers were given equal citizenry in Fiji. And now in Fiji, we enjoy that. We are all equal, and I think we all should be proud of the fact that under the 2013 Constitution, we are given that equal status to call us that we are proud Fijians. Very important for us as that. And it took 97 years from the arrival of that last ship for the descendants of the Gurmitis to be called Fijians, to be truly become a part of our nation and participate fully in national life. When this government in 2013 declared us all Fijians equal and united as one nation and one people, it was a realization of the hopes and dreams of hundreds of thousands of direct descendants of the Gurmitis. While many of our ancestors had never heard of Fiji prior to their arrival in that moment, this nation has truly become a true home to those descendants after 97 years. And it will remain so for a long, long time. The journey has been too long and not without difficulty. And here we all stand today in Fiji at this hall, more united than ever and all committed to taking Fiji into a brighter future. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not the duty of any one community to remember the sacrifices and sufferings that led up to this commemoration. We must all remember. We must all reflect. And we must all uphold the legacy of the Gurmitis. In the same way they strove to build better lives for the descendants, we all must strive to leave behind a nation better than what we inherited for our children. I'd also like at this stage to say what Our Excellency, the President, said in his statement during the launch of this. He said it's a very emotional day for us. Of course it's an emotional day for us, as we look back and remember our Gurmitis with a lot of love and respect. We remember the past trauma of what they went through, their suffering, and look back on our history. But it is also a day to celebrate of how far we have come.